Alright, here we go. Yes, I would like to play first. Sure. That's enough. Alright, let's see. Some chill music on here for myself. Always getting hot. Hard to die. Okay, send out this email. Okay, let's see. Am I gonna keep this hand? No one has Lursa as a companion? No. Hands off real quick. And it mulligans as well. Okay. Oh, a little bit later. Okay, mulligan again. Okay, I have to mulligan again. Okay, just a power plant this time. If he's on shadow, I'm dead. Just mulligan down. Okay, let's keep this hand. Don't need that, don't need that. Don't need that. So one look, I go back. Cancel. Let's keep the scrying. On the off chance I draw into Chromatic Star or Sphere. Okay, here we go. Opponent's probably like, what? He's playing Tron. Okay. Go ahead, my man. Do what you do, brother. Inquisition. I should have thought of that. Then again, I was thinking he was on something else, so I'd say it was still a good keep on my end. Trying to see what I draw next. Otap Nissa. Maybe keeping the Force was the better option. I guess I should think about that going forward. I need a Force a lot more than I need a... actually, I think they're about even. Swift Spear. So, he's playing what I thought he was playing. Just didn't expect the discard aspect, I guess. But now I know. And I ended up drawing to a scrying as well. Let's see. Oath and scryings with only 2 cards. Or your green mana. Doubling season as well. Okay. Okay. Down to 15. I guess I could play Scourge here. Dead Shadow. Are coming in kind of late here in the game. Now I got a Forest. So no, next time I should keep the Forest against this opponent. Card. Card's not gonna do me any good right now, but yeah. Card. Well, then stay playing the cantrips though. Oh, chat box. I had it. Okay, there you go. No, the chat box is on now. I had it turned off for a second. Pretty much started up the stream last minute. So didn't turn everything on yet. But yeah, the chat box is working on now. Thanks for stopping by, man. Pretty sure I'm gonna lose this game. I just had bad hands in the start. But it is what it is. I think I'm looking down to 2 cards. I chose to keep Power Plant, Mine, and a 7 Scrying. And turn 1, my opponent played Inquisition. But it is what it is. I'm not mad about it. Alright, so opponent's playing Burn. So Trinisphere is gonna be what really does it here. Guess I'll put Silent Arbiter in, take Jace out. And Doubling Season, take Tamia out. Put in more creatures. Walking Ballista for sure. Guess now I just have 3 Planeswalkers and 3 Doubling Seasons. That's 61 cards. And Jace. I would almost want to put the Titan in. It was expensive, but it's a creature, so it's an extra blocker. Taking all the copy Doubling Season out. So Dragon God and somewhat the only 2 Planeswalkers in here this time around. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I guess I'm already done sideboarding, so let's see. If I make the chat box image just a little bit bigger. Then I guess I'd have to make my camera a little bit bigger. I could shrink this back down a little bit. I think that's about good now, right? Okay, so score tracker, lock that in. 24 seconds left. Camera locked in. Okay, that looks good to me. Alright, let's submit this before we end up going back with the same deck. Alright, let's see if I get some better hands this time. 2 pieces of Tron and a fetch. Not 2 pieces of Tron and a fetch. Opponent's playing. Discard. So my opponent just told me that I had the last Tron land I needed on the top. So I'm mulligan down to 2 and I would have had Tron by turn 4, or I don't know. I missed 2 land drops, so that was not good. Okay, power plant. Alright, I'm rocking with this hand right here. Emrakul not needed. No, my opponent's playing discard. Maybe I should have played Oath first. But Oath just sets me a turn back. If my opponent is going straight for damage at this point, Oath would pretty much just cost me the game. To be determined, I guess. I don't know exactly how much time I have against this deck. Also, all I'm trying to do now is to draw into any land I can play Karn. And now I got Ballista, so Ballista for 1. I'm just doing Ballista for 1 here because it's something I can play. Also, it prevents it from being discarded out of my hand. Best case scenario, I just snipe the opponent for 1 maybe. Or just not snipe him at all since he's playing Death Shadow. So I might actually want to be sniped. Monastery, Swiss Spear. Bobble. He's looking at his top card, so he's looking for options here for him. That's good. I'm just gonna take the damage here. There's no point in locking. Okay, Bolt going to Ballista. I'm not gonna knife him with it because he's playing that shadow. So he's stopped on my upkeep. Always yield to that. Not the Tron land I want. I think Karn into Trinisphere will basically end the game for him. But I just need Tron. Scourge of the Skyclave. Well. Losing a game to not getting Tron online happens. Bolt. Okay. Opponent played great there. Did not get Tron assembled quick enough. I guess I was just kind of living on a hope and a dream at this point, though, because I kept the hand with 2 Karn Great Creators in it. Alright, well, I guess I'll go play some casual matches while I'm here. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming by and checking out the channel. Insane. Oh, man. I had to risk it. I had 2 pieces of Tron in hand, and then 2 Karn Great Creators, and Basic Forest, and Oath, and then you took Oath. Pretty much it's just unlucky on my end because I couldn't assemble Tron. If I was able to get Karn Great Creator out, I was thinking of using Trinisphere. But knowing what deck you were playing, I realized that I didn't have a lot of time, so... Yeah, just a little too fast, man. But it was pretty good. Oh, man. So both games I almost had Tron. Hey, I'm a turn 4 deck though, turn 4/5. So I can't be mad if I'm playing against a deck that's faster than that. But it's pretty good games. Like I'm not mad about that loss at all because turn 4 is not how I tron. Hey, but I'm not troning though, I'm Tron Walker and there's a difference. Yeah. Hey, the first game, man, mulling down to 2 cards and then almost coming back and getting Tron, even though it was kind of late, was pretty lucky on my end, but not quick enough. I did go update my deck list though. I need to go update it right quick. I pretty much just put Wish Cloud Talismans in there just for the fun of it. Because I realized having more things that would get me straight to Tron would actually be very beneficial. But that's really the only thing I changed. I changed Ancient Stirrings for Wish Clouds, Wish Cloud Talismans. And now I'm testing it out to see how it works out. But I'm updating my deck on here. I pretty much signed up for this tournament like literally right before it started, so I didn't have a lot of time to run around doing stuff. That's partly because I went to go grab something to eat, and I took forever to get my food, so I was unlucky on my end. Man. Hey, that was great though. I don't think you could have played that any better. And I don't think I could have played that any better because I didn't get anything that I was looking for at the end there. But great game, man. Excellently played on your part. The risk that you decided to take absolutely paid off. But that's how it is in Magic sometimes. Hey, the deck it looks wild, man, but you know it's the most fun deck I played in Modern. Like since I started playing it, I have not played anything else. And I'm pretty much a sucker for life gain, which has turned into the form of Heliod combo these days. But I don't think the fun I get out of playing this deck can compare to anything else. Like the Wish Cloud Talismans, I had somebody in my chat last night who was telling me that maybe it'd be good to add Fave Wishes to the deck and just put Tron lines on the sideboard, which is a hilarious idea, but hey, if it works, right? Well, it was hilarious. So yeah, last night I had an excellent stream. I know I went 4-1 in the league, but the whole time at the end, I was just smiling and thinking about the possibilities that I can have. The one downside to Fate of Wishes, though, is that it costs 4 mana to use it. If it was another 2-cost card, it would basically be like another Sylvan Scrying, which would be pretty dope. So if a card like that ever gets printed in Magic, it's absolutely going in this deck. Now, that last game that we were playing, I had Wish Cloud Talisman in my hand, but I had no way of making black mana. So I was pretty much hoping that I would get Chromatic Star or Sphere and use that to kick it off, but yeah, just a little bit too slow there. Yeah, so that was gonna start a casual game while I wait. Practice game. Only shadow decks allowed. That's hilarious. Like, I haven't really done too much playtesting with the Wish Cloud Talisman. I just think I played like 2 or 3 games. And I saw that it worked exactly how I wanted it to, so just went ahead and fired it up. I think at this point I have a turn 4 Tron in my hands. Hmm. Yeah, this gets me to draw an extra card, so seems like the better choice. Okay, so my opponent's probably playing Storm. So the only way to win against Storm is to use Trinisphere. Wish Cloud Talisman, I'll take that. If I use Wish Cloud Talisman, then he gets. Okay, I'm fine with that. Next game, though, I am putting Trinisphere in the main deck, along with 4 copies of Wish Cloud Talisman. Just an idea I have that I should potentially be able to wish for it quick enough to where it makes a difference. If not, at least I know going forward in the league that I have to change it. Storm on Entity. So my opponent's not playing Storm. That's nice to know. Okay, options. This is like the first time I've gotten to this spot with the deck, so kind of new territory for me. I gotta figure out those new connections that I need to make this thing go off. I guess I can wish at the end of his turn. No, I think I have to wish now. I'm trying to get the Tron on turn 4. Let's see, I'll wish now, put a card out. Yeah, I think I just have to wish now. Okay, let's see. I think this is actually the first time I used wish on Magic Online here. Let's see, PowerPoint. Okay, so he has Wish Cloud Talisman available there. In the perfect world, he would go ahead and use the Wish Cloud Talisman now and then I get it back. But that's not gonna happen. Alright, another reason why I added the Wish Cloud Talismans, if I use it on turn 3 to get Tron online. Let me do math here. Turn 2 I can cast it, turn 3 I can use it. So if I use it on turn 3, I can play a Concrete Creator and have 1 mana floating still potentially, which I could then use to play a spell that costs 1 mana. And I also turn Wish Cloud Talisman off. That way I could make sure my opponent doesn't get the opportunity to use it. So I think that's the absolute best thing to happen as far as that goes. I didn't have Expedition Map on board last turn. Okay, I'm at 16 life. Alright, I'll figure out how... Okay, well I know I have to go use this. Okay, the good thing is I have Tron online. Bad thing is I have absolutely nothing to do with it. The next turn, I think I'm looking for Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Because that's the only thing that'll save me. Either Ugin the Spirit Dragon or Great Creator, that way I can get... Oh, look at that! Wish Cloud Talisman being used. I'd love to see it. Hey, this is how we interact with the opponents. We give them exactly what they want. That way we can get exactly what we want. Is it charm? Okay. He's dealing 8 damage to me next turn. Um, Dang, okay. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I did not think about that. Like, that's a excellent idea. I did not think about that. Granted, opponent giving us Wish Claw back made it not really matter so much, though. So I got lucky on that, but yeah, you're right. That's a 1000 IQ play right there. But I can just go fetch Ugin right here and just board wipe. Downside, I have 8 life. Alright, Ugin the Spirit Dragon. I should tell my opponent thank you for giving me this back. And I guess I'll play this, that way I can gain some life as well. Alright, next turn though, I am playing Oath of Nissa for sure. Then I'll probably play Nicol Bolas Dragon God. By the way, the interaction with Dragon God and Karn Liberated is pretty sick. Because Bolas here can go up 4, which means that he ultimates next turn. So everything 5 mana or less. Yep. Okay, so hopefully this is the breakthrough that I need to go forward in this game. I have 9 life. So Interplanar Beacon here, gaining 1 life every time I cast a Walker should definitely be sweet. Yeah, it's a pretty funny interaction though. People don't really take notice of it too much, honestly, until they see Bolas jump up to 8 and they're like, what the heck? Opponent's digging through here, trying to find things to get ahead. Oh, Blinding Bolt. I'm down to 6. Digging through here still. Lava Dart again. Arclight Phoenix. Phoenix comes in with... Oh, man. Alright. So Grass Digger's Cage will also work in this matchup. Now that I've seen the Phoenixes. Can't say I'm mad with how that game went though. Think if we had gotten any more turns though, it would have definitely changed the game a lot. Alright, so that was game number 1. So obviously now we know Planeswalkers are not going to work. Especially, you know, with the match that we played in the league a second ago. Alright, so all the creatures are coming in. So 5 creatures are coming in. Gotta take 5 cards out. Dublin Season times 2. Both the Jaces and Tamio can go. Let's keep these 2 walkers. I'm just getting the creatures here just because they're bodies to block, basically. Also, I can wish up Platinum Angel so I can't lose the game. I think I said I was putting Trinisphere in the main deck. If I put Trinisphere in, I guess I'll take a Doubling Season out. And I'll put the Wishclaw Talisman in. So I take Samet to test it out. So 1 Doubling Season, 1 Spirit Dragon. So 1 instant win with a Planeswalker. Can't say I've ever sideboarded like this before. Alright, so Karn Grey Creator. What makes him good in this matchup now? I think I have like nothing on my board to make him actually worth it. But if I have the Wishclaw Talismans in Trinisphere, I have maybe 1 extra look to go get it. Because basically I have 5 copies of it now on the deck if I have it in the main board. Because of the wish clause. Hmm. I think maybe keep one doubling season is not worth it. Just put a gateway in so I can cheat legendary permanents into play. Hmm. Karn is turn 4, wish clause, turn 2 potentially. Turn 2, turn 3. So I use it. I'll just run it this way and see how it ends up. So, especially since I haven't playtested it, so. Okay, obviously keeping this hand. Ay. Okay, living on a hope and a dream here, which is not great. The hope and dream is that I draw into a star or sphere, which is. The odds are not 0. 8 out of 53. I'd say those are pretty good odds. Or I can draw into a forest. So 10 out of 53. So a star or sphere here would pretty much put me exactly on track as far as where I want to be. The other thing though is I kept a hand with nothing to do besides wait for Tron, which is exactly what I did in my prelim games, and it didn't pay off 100%, so probably should learn to stop doing that so much. So I've missed one land drop, opponent's got up. And that was quick. Opponent's here going off. Deck still has legs. Okay, I'm gonna be playing against this opponent again. I need to catch a couple L's against someone playing super fast deck. So I can figure out what new connections I need to make. I guess I'll just let him finish it out. Okay, I hate that about this thing. Okay, let's go back. Other than that, keep this hand. Get rid of Tamio because I can't use it yet. Mm. Mm. Alright, I'm gonna hide my screen for 1 second here. Some of these extra things that I don't need. Okay, so we back. So a point definitely taken off here. I guess I'll just add green here. If I end up getting lucky and a 7 scrying, or I have scryings and Oath of Nissa, so I think adding green is always a safe bet here. Dang, so I added green and I got the Wish Cloud Talisman. Unfortunate and fortunate at the same time. Let's see. Best thing to do is just keep cycling. I'll just add green again. And then I got the Oath. But I wonder, is... No. Oh man, I think I just have to play the Oath. Nice, I got the tower I was looking for. But that was luck. 2000% luck right there. Okay, Arclight Phoenix. Oh man, next turn I can shut off one thing my opponent's doing. If I can shut off one thing, what's going to be better? It's a revolution, I suppose. Okay. That's 9 damage I'm gonna deal next turn. Or no, 6 damage this turn, 9 next turn. And it's flying damage too, so I played nothing that flies. Okay, let's see. In the ideal world, Silent Arbiter is what I'd play, but it's not gonna be fast enough here. Nine damage. I guess I can go ahead and just exile his thing, huh? That's an out. Survive for one more turn. You know, it seems like the obvious play, especially for Tron on turn 3. know, I think I've added so many more options that I'm... Ouch. Okay, next turn I think I would have to draw into a land to be able to use Karn. There's... it would still be too slow. Let's see what I would draw next. 7 scrying. Nah, it wouldn't get there. It's just a little too fast. Okay. So opponent's playing flying creatures that deal damage. Nothing on the ground. So having more bodies on the ground doesn't help at all. So since bodies don't help, I think I'll just have to go and try to combo awkward. So Wish Claw in, and the Trinisphere is what I said would be in. So I have to sideboard out 2 cards. Doubling Season, Tameo, and Architect of Thoughts. And then put in Walking Ballista for sure. I think Platinum Angel can be in because it's something else he has to target to kill. Not a Doubling Season. Silence Arbiter is a turn slow, so that's why it comes in. I can switch it with that one, since this one can at least snipe. Well, nope. That's 61 cards there. What else can I switch that would make sense here? Like I can easily take out a Doubling Season, or maybe both. I guess I'll take both out. Put the Gateway in. To use the bridge and play at the same turn, I need 14 mana, which is not going to happen in this match. I guess I'll put the Sundering Titan in. I think I ended up sideboarding the same way as I did in the prelim game. So now it's just all about speed and who gets there first. And since I'm not playing combo, it's just all about stalling the opponent at this point. So I'm going to run into a lot of sideboard action. The downside is with Karn, what's going to be good at this point? Almost nothing. Just destroying lands and snaring bridge maybe. Then the planar bridge, maybe. But since I have more Wish Claws in the main deck now, it means that I will be able to get Trinisphere a whole lot more frequent if that happens. Okay, drawing 3 Wish Claw Talismans is just OP. My goodness. I think this is one of those luck hands that I was talking about. Can't keep hands like those. Like I have to make sure I have some utility. Okay, let's get rid of the star. So I guess I've been keeping some lucky hands, but yeah, sometimes luck pays off. It just depends on how the shuffler is doing at that point in time. So I guess now if I had kept the Trinisphere on my sideboard, I'd be looking pretty good. But then now I can also just shut one of my opponent's lands off, so that's not a bad option here. If I get in Steering Bridge, next turn I'll dump 2 cards out of my hand. I have 4 cards left in hand. Nice, so he's slow for one more turn. Okay. Thinking Snaring Bridge here is the play. Since he's not using a lot of burn spells anyways. Because then after I use the Snaring Bridge next turn, I can pretty much dump my entire hand, and that's no longer gonna happen. Alright, so Wish Cloud is. Alright, let's add a black here. What am I doing? I added black. I, for some reason, thought I had Wish Cloud Talisman in my hand. Hey, this game is something else. Okay, I guess I'll keep the tower. How much time is left in this round? Alright. Okay, round number 2, getting ready to start. I think on one side though, me playing for luck, or me playing based on luck, still ends up putting me in a position to where if it does work out, it's extremely good. Let's see that again. Okay, so number 6 guys, who I'm going up against next. Oh wait, no, this is not. Nah. Whew, excuse me. No, that's not who I'm going up against next. Oh, Shadow got a blind this round. It's awesome. Alright, here we go. See how this game goes. I guess I want to go first. Not keeping this hand. This hand is also pretty bad. This is the hand I'm keeping right here. I'm getting rid of Doubling Season and what's going on? Alright, so the thing now with Chromatic Stars and Spheres, since I have both Wish Cloud Talisman and Sylvan Scryings and Oaths, I have to just leave them up. So I have to leave it up. Opponent's missing Tron by 1 turn as well, so he's in the exact same boat that I am. The only difference is he's getting the Tron on turn 4 for sure, and I'm not. I don't know why the game is not allowing me to remove cards. That's a little strange. Another 7 scrying. So he has had redundancy as far as Tron lands go. Let's go with this one first. 7 scrying. Okay, let's see. I just need a mine. So it's gonna all come down to what my opponent plays next. Also, he played first. Since he played first, he had the advantage anyways. World Breaker. Exiling a tower. I guess I'll see what I draw into. Wishclaw Talisman, I'll take that. Alright, let's go add a black here. If I play Wishclaw, then he'll know about it. It doesn't matter if he knows about it or not. I think the biggest thing here for me is I missed the land drop. Also, if I can use the Wishclaw, it'll kind of hopefully put him in the position where he gets not overconfident, but confident enough to go look for one of his better win conditions, maybe. So I get to get information about him as far as what his deck's got going on. Okay, so I'm down to 15 life. Okay, never mind. My opponent didn't need me to do anything. I guess I could still play it out, huh? Just to see what happens. He's gonna deal... Oh, it's game next turn. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, my opponent played first, so them playing first, they have the advantage no matter what. And I respect and accept that 1000%. Alright, so obviously he seems to be playing a lot of huge creatures. Like putting Wishclaw in now that I know what he's playing. All his creatures attack for a lot of damage, so Ensnaring Bridge could be an easy in. Then let's see what else. I don't know if he's on Karns. Platinum Angel's not gonna work. Sundering Titan is not gonna work. Walking Ballista. Might be just too slow. I think to win this game, I'm just gonna have to combo. And that's the only way that I can do it. Yo, Crypt, what do you think? You are the man who knows all things Eldrazi and Tron. Like for me, I'm thinking I just need to combo. Also, Ugins are gonna be terrible in this matchup. I gotta think about it. Walking Ballista is gonna be way too small to hit any targets. I guess the only one other thing I could put in is the Temporal Gateway, so I can cheat legendary permanents into play. Emrakul, I highly doubt I'll cast in this match. He's just way more focused on casting big creatures than I am. I think this is what I go with. Since I'm going to be trying for Karn on turn 3. I'm wondering if putting the bridge back is a good thing or not. Let's see, 34 seconds. What else would I trade it out with? Guess maybe moving forward I have 2 copies of bridge so I can keep one in. Goals. Turn 4 I can use the bridge, but he can exile the bridge anyways. And let's just go for unpredictability here. Just a mine. Okay, no Tron on turn 3, mulligan. Okay, Tron. At some point in time in the future. Okay, too many lands. I guess I'll keep the power plant and get rid of the cataracts. No, I'll get rid of the Sam with the tested. Ballista over bridge. Ballista doesn't hit anything though. In this matchup, Ballista is just too weak. Like, the game would have to go on too long, and since all his permanents have enter battlefield triggers or cast triggers, it's just gonna be too much. The other thing is, since I'm playing the Almighty Wishclaw Talisman at this point, it's gonna end up making it to where my opponent can get the exact thing they need to exile stuff for me when they need it. I guess I played what I had in hand. I'm not mad about that. I kinda wish I had not drawn a Sylvan Scrying there though. Okay, so I need to draw into something else. I'm not using Sylvan Scrying this time. I'm gonna use Wishclaw Talisman. It costs 1 mana. The ability costs 1 mana, and I can go search for a card and put it into my hand. So I'm gonna use it to go find my last piece of Tron. My opponent played a Snow-Covered Forest here, which means that he's missing Tron by at least 1 turn as well. Since he's missing Tron by 1 turn, I'm wondering if it's better to just use the Sylvan Scrying. Actually, I think that's what I'll do. I'll use the Sylvan Scrying. That way I could then go get Karn Grey Creator next turn and use Wishclaw Talisman and prevent my opponent from using it. Yeah, Crypt. I'm feeling okay, man. I just played on stream last night. I had a very unique guy join my chat, and he brought up some extremely crazy ideas that I was on board with, and needless to say, I absolutely loved them, and I decided to change my deck immediately and just... I woke up early this morning, so I figured I'd just play in the prelim. Okay, so next turn I'll have Tron online. I'll be able to use Wishclaw Talisman. Be able to get Karn Grey Creator out. Play on top of that Liquid Metal Coating. Stop my opponent's land from being used on his turn. So this next turn is looking pretty amazing. 1000% lucky they didn't have turn 3 Tron with Karn. That they didn't have... Yeah, if they had turn 3 Tron, I would have played differently. See, my opponent had a tower. They played the tower. He's just cycling through at this point, trying to get Tron online. See? Look at that. Hey, you gotta be lucky when you're playing Tron Walkers. Alright, so let's put Karn Grey Creator out here. Alright, let's go get Liquid Metal Coating. Alright, let's play this. I don't even know what in my deck I could go get at this point. I do know what I can go get. Let's play this. Let's skip to his upkeep. Let's disable his tower here. He should still be looking for Tron anyways. So next turn, turn off all the yields real quick. Okay, I was gonna go fetch for a Karn liberated, and then next turn I could destroy a land and exile a land. And then, yeah, it works out. Hey man, I'll take the profiting like a Lucky Tron player. Let's see, chat box. Alright, let's make these font a little bit. Okay, alright. I'll go with that. I'll take that free win. I don't think I need to change anything else though. Wow, the most expensive card in my deck is 7 at this point. And it's Karn liberated. You said you would rather take Walking Ballista over Bridge, but in this case I don't have the Bridge in the main deck anyways. I'm just going for Ultimating Planeswalkers and that's it. Okay, what's going on here? Ah, Basic Land Shark is streaming. I'm not really sideboarding here, so yeah, I'm just taking the time to take a break. Hop in on my friend's stream. Okay, let's see here. Rakdos mid-range. I'm actually not going to say anything in this chat right now. Yeah, it disappears. I guess I could choose to just leave it up permanently. Always show messages. Okay, always show messages is on. Alright, now it'll always be there. Alright, let's go. Game number 3. Basically Tron versus Tron. I think the upside to playing my Tron deck now is just ridiculously over the top. Oh man, he began the game with 7 cards in hand. That's not good. It's mulligan. Oops, that's not gonna be a keep. And this is definitely gonna be a keep here. Let's put that back. I'm actually having a debate here. Do I keep the Wishcloth Talisman or do I keep an extra mine? I think it all doesn't matter anyways, because if I think I'll just keep the Wishcloth Talisman. Opponent's on the play with 7 cards in hand. If they did not miss Tron here, I'm gonna die. So it doesn't matter. Let's see what happens. Yeah, turn 3 Tron and GG's. Looking like it. Either opponent's gonna get there or I'm gonna get there. But I doubt I'm gonna get there because they would have mulliganed. Not looking good, not looking good. And then I draw into another mine. I think I didn't keep the mine. Yes, I want to say adding Ghost Quarters to my deck would be good since I could, interact and keep him off Tron, but I don't think it would matter because it would also set me back as well. One time they don't have it. They don't have it. What? I almost skipped through the turn too. Oh man, that's hilarious. They don't have it. They don't have it. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go get a tower. What? I cannot tell how many times that has. I think this might be the first time that's ever happened to me. And then, oh my gosh, a follow up here with both cards. I feel like I just hit the jackpot, people. Like, I don't think this game could have gotten any better on my part. What land did he go fetch last? The power plant? Let's get rid of the one that he fetched last. And not the tower, because we're decent Tron players here. He's cycling, looking for it again, maybe. Alright, so if he has it next turn, we lose. If he doesn't have it, we survive and we win. What? Next time I'm gonna hit the mine. After I hit the mine and follow up with another card, that should be game. Opponent's probably gonna be like, what the heck? Wow, this was a game. I guess I'll gain the life. Who knows, it might matter. It might. Liquid metal coating. Stop on this upkeep. Oh my gosh. Wow. Hmm. You're right, doing it on the forest there would have been the better option. But I think at this point in time, the game is over. Wow, that was a game. Yeah, taking away their stirrings would have definitely helped, but... Okay. Now I'm 1-1. I'll take it. But yeah, Crypt, you are right, man. Okay. Alright, so... Getting a better feel for this deck. Yo, by the way, Crypt, how's the background as far as the chat image goes? Like I could just take the image away altogether if that'll make it easier to actually see the words and everything. If it's a problem. Nice, okay. Hmm. Do you think I should have the words all stay there, or do you think I should have them vanish like I did earlier? That way, you know, you could actually see the image. After all, Nicol Bolas doesn't like being covered up. Okay, alright, so people on YouTube can see the interaction. Okay, I like that. I'll do that. Man, the image of Bolas. I love to see it. Alright, so we got like 30 minutes. I'm gonna just go queue up for another casual game. Have some fun while I wait. See if I can make any new connections with this deck. Oh yeah, by the way, man, you're gonna have to teach me how to record my streams without recording music later when you have time. So I can play music on the stream here. Like right now, I'm listening to Crab Rave, if you know that song. Definitely gonna keep here. Two of two tron lines. Well, I'll put back the one that's not the tower. By the way, do you know the Crab Rave song? Alright, let's see. We'll figure out. Okay, let's look up Crab Rave. Now that I think about it, I guess I can just go ahead and play music during my downtime, huh? Because I can play music. If I play music during my downtime, then what's the name? If it's muted, I don't really care. Because after all, I'm just here hanging out at that point. Let's try to finish this game off pretty quick. Come on, opponent. You're playing an aggro deck. Hopefully this goes by quick. Wishla Talisman. I think I'm just gonna hit his hand here. Makes the game a little... Okay, he actually gives him X-Proof too. I didn't remember that. So I guess playing Doubling Season was the right call. Either way, his con is at 10 now, so he's not dying, which is good. I do have my mic and my desktop audio on two different things. On my desktop audio, I can set it up for my speaker, so I understand that thing. I understand how to do that. Let's see. Like I can set up my desktop audio to a couple of different things. The cog for it. Right now my desktop audio is muted. And no, it is not. Okay. Let's see which one I have on here. My TV. Okay, so since my TV, I just have to change it to that. Oh. Okay, I see what you're saying. So, when you say cog, you mean this thing? It says audio monitor only. Monitor only. YouTube. Okay, so alert box. So I guess I have to do what desktop audio and change it to monitor off, maybe? Alright, 1 second. I'm actually play this turn. I have 10 life left. That's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's use this for black. I'm kind of liking this Wish Clown the deck, man. It's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll be short 1 mana from being able to use Ugin the Spirit Dragon. It's a little unfortunate. Okay, if I'm gonna look for something here, I can do. Opponent gets Wishcloud Talisman next turn, anyways. Let's get what helps me out the most here. 7 mana I can't use. Should have thought that through more. But I'm not really thinking in the game. Let's exile this one. At least that way I live another turn. But downside, if they have Ghost Warrior, they're going to be able to use it. Then I should be able to just go fetch Tron again. Okay, let's go back to this cog thing. Okay. Let's see. I don't have desktop audio set as 1. Oh, desktop audio, set it as number 1. I guess I can set my mic as number 2. Chat box is 3. Score tracker 4. The camera, I don't want on. Alert box, I guess I could set it as 5. Okay, so I went ahead and set up my things over here. Monitor output and input. Okay, let's close this. Alright, can be countered. The spirits get +1. I think I'm dead. That's 2, 5, 8, 11. Yeah, I'm dead. Okay, let's see here. Alright, settings. Let's go ahead and leave that game. Okay, go to audio. I'll set recording for channel 1. Audio, let's see. Sample rate. I think maybe it doesn't give me the option because I think it might not give me the option because I'm streaming right now. Oh shoot. Okay. Still have a lot of time here. Okay, let's see. Go back to this. The output. Output's right here. Video bit rate, recording path. But all those are kind of set. Audio, let's see. Desktop 1. Let's see. Okay, I have one of those recording. I think it would be under stream, advanced video recording. This is the file path. Stream delay. Output mode simple. I think this is probably what I need to change. Maybe. Yeah, I think output's what I need to change. Yeah. Okay, so I guess I know that going forward to my next stream. Appreciate the help, Crit. Alright, once again we go living on hopes and dreams here, or Mulligan. I think we go living on hopes and dreams. We end up drawing into a chromatic start or sphere. We're gonna be in excellent position to get Woken on turn 4. I think at some point today I'm gonna get a whole bunch of people hounding me about refinancing again, since I haven't signed off on documents yet. So at some point in time during the stream I might just have to mute my audio for a second. Wishcloud Talisman. I keep drawing that card and I actually want to see it, but I feel like it makes me want stars and spheres so much more. Damping sphere. That changes a lot of things. No, I feel like not sideboarding against this opponent was not the right call. Like I could have brought in ensnaring bridges. What else? Could have brought in ensnaring bridges, silent arbiter. There's a lot of things I could have brought in, but I was thinking about it. Shacklegeist. Creature has a pretty cool name. I guess if they don't play creature removal, we might be able to stabilize Ish in this game. Okay, I'll just get dealt 3 damage per turn. Where's it? Alright. Can't believe my opponent had Tron last game and then he had no iron to cast. I feel like that's the boat I live in daily. Get Tron online and then I have no way of casting my planeswalkers. So I'm getting attacked for 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So I'll go to 7 life. Then I'll play Silent Arbiter. If my opponent does not have removal, I have 2 turns to find something else. Okay, so I'm at 10 life instead. I'll Shacklegeist again. Okay, now 5 lands on board. Let's get this guy out here. It's kind of crazy, I still have not drawn into drawing it. And I've got 3 mines. The odds are off. The odds are pretty amazing. Alright, my guy, how are you gonna finish this game off now? You have a Path Exile in your hand. If he has a Path, I think he might have the game this turn. Yep, 3 damage coming my way. You're good, man. Getting more life again. I like to see it. Let's go get something from my sideboard here. I got 3, 4, 5. Yes, let's go get. I don't have Tron Online anyway, so let's go get Golos. So I can get Tron Online next turn. Oof, 7 cards in my hand. It's crazy though, I have 7 cards in hand and I'm not feeling like I'm bogged down by anything. I'm still moving forward. The little Tron Walker deck that could just playing lands and chugging along. So 2 turns I can get rid of Damping Sphere. I'll be at 2 life at that point in time. Not good. I need another answer. If I draw a land, that would be perfect. If I draw land and he attacks me, then I can go ahead and attacking Karn. Okay. I like to see it. Karn is doing good work there. Kept me alive for this long. Definitely don't want to play another one right here though. Let's go get a forest. How much mana do I have? That's 3, 4, 5. I can go up to 6. Yeah, I don't have Tron Online anyways. And Damping Sphere would stop my Cascading Cataracts. I think using Ugin and Spirit Dragon exile everything will just be. I guess if I had gotten the Thorian Temporal Gateway, I'd play it this turn. Next turn I could just cheat Ugin into play. But I think it was because I was too focused on Damping Sphere. Forgot that I did not have Tron Online. Okay, now I got a 2 turn clock. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think anything can keep me on this at this point. Well, I finally got Tron Online. On turn number 7. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I can attack. I can drop card. That'll mean that I casted a Planeswalker, so I get to live 1 more turn. That's pretty amazing. Other spirits have hexproof. I can also just exile the spirit. I'm doing something. I don't know what yet. Alright, what am I doing here? I have 1 life. I'm doing something. If I exile his Damping Sphere, next turn I can really go off with Ugin and win the game. I'm gonna. Or I can exile this and be able to live for maybe 2 turns. No, Ugin doesn't target though, so it will just board wipe altogether. And everything would be gone. I'm thinking I get rid of Damping Sphere. Next turn, Ugin would be pretty much a win. Minus on the captain. Even if I minus on the captain though, he still attacks me and in 2 turns I'm dead. Because I have nothing that can fly that'll be able to stop him quick enough. So I think the risk I have to take is Damping Sphere. I'm gonna go Damping Sphere. I might regret it, but it is what it is. If nothing, this might make him target Karn more because he doesn't want me to exile something else, and I'll be at 1 life, which I'm okay with. We'll see. I don't really think they're gonna attack Karn as well, but hey, you never know. People do some strange things on Magic Online. Okay, he's putting something else out. Mausoleum Wonder. I was wondering when I would see that card show up. Okay, let's see how much mana I have. It's 6, 9, 10, 12, 13. So, Yep, they're attacking me. No more Damping Spheres as well. They have a bunch of flying. Okay. It would seem like exiling the captain was the right play after all. How much time I got here? I got like 3 minutes. The Veil in another flyer though. If that was the route they went, I would have been able to play Karn, Great Creator, and use Walking Ballista and just snipe them. Oh my gosh. Hey man, I listen to Crypt. Listening to Crypt is what helped me win last match, so. Hey man, 2 Tron players are better than 1, right? And if we have 3 Tron players, we have 7 Tron players. uh, by the way, as usual, I mean, Whataburger, not endorsed by the way. I just absolutely love it. Mm. I do think a lion won it there for us. Because you exile a captain, then he plays another captain. I don't know. Probably nothing won it there for us. That's fine. It's just a casual game, man. Just there. Oh, wow. What's going on here? Oh, these 2 people are still playing? Dang, they must be playing a pretty daggone good game. I should say these 4 people are still playing. Where's Shadows at? Oh, Shadows got the bye last round. Wait, Shadows was playing someone last time? Oh, Shadows is right here. I think I might end up playing Shadows. Right, I'll be right back. Guess I'll go use the bathroom right quick while nothing's going on here. Mhm. Okay, 1 minute to the next round. Dang, Shadows is doing good. I think Shadows is the only one I recognize from this prelim though. Shadows and Canister. Wow, people already started dropping. Alright, let's see who we got this time. Not keeping this hand. Not keeping this hand. Let's see, what would need to go right here? I would need to play Oath of Nissa and get another piece of Tron. I'm already mulliganing one card, so one of these. Nope. They're here. That's gone. Well, I'm gonna keep this hand. Living on hopes and dreams again, but hopefully hopes and dreams get us there this time. Hopefully our opponent's not playing some super fast deck. So blue right off the top. Let's see. Shrouded Strand. Let's go into Planar Beacon first. Okay. I think my opponent's playing Field of Ruin. We destroy one of them. Destroying the power plant. I'm okay with that. No, he doesn't have. Okay, he has one man on tapped. Let's go fetch something here. Okay, judging from what my opponent has played so far, don't know anything yet still. He's not playing red at all, playing white. I'm thinking if I play Trinisphere, I'll slow him down. Or let's go for the The Tron Ether Veil. Oh man. So next turn I could play this, and then the turn after I could cheat get into play. If my opponent's not running counter spells. While drawing and hopefully hitting Tron sometime. Okay, he has 4 mana up. So he could be trying to counterbalance something. So cryptic mana on board, let's see. We'll get something that's kinda cryptic proof. Okay. If I go get Golos, I can go on my merry way and trying to get Tron online. Decide here that I can't play 2 spells in 1 turn. I think that's the biggest thing here. Okay, let's see. No creatures have been played yet. Counter spells I'm thinking are definitely going to be played. Gel, Bridge, Golos. Yeah, I'll just get Golos. That's 2, 4, 5. I could just let him counter Golos first. Yeah, let's do the gateway. Yeah, I think the payoff from Ugin is just too good. He knows I have Golos, so maybe he let that pass because he thinks I have nothing else. This Crypt Shark Typhoon. Man, seeing Shark Typhoon in not a Tron deck is suspect. Like, I feel like it has a home now in Tron. At least for me. If he has Tails in, then he could counter the ability of the Gateway here. But if he doesn't have it, then I'll be able to cheat Ugin into play. Okay, 4 mana. I guess he's playing Cryptic Bounce. Okay. It's good play on his end. Alright, I got 2, 4, 5. Best thing to do is to just go Golos. This is a 2, 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, best thing is probably doubling season. But I think I can do a doubling season whenever I want. Let's go Gateway. At least with the Gateway I can potentially still play Ugin next turn. And also I'm pretty much just drawing cards and getting closer and closer to Tron. And then once I do hit Tron, I should definitely be able to take off and run with the game. Okay, let's put him back in hand. Cryptic again. The good thing is I don't need to use the Gateway on my turn. I could use it on his turn. So he's trying to kind of going for a Cryptic lock here as far as keeping this in my hand because he thinks I need it. Maybe. Which I'm okay with. He keeps letting it resolve, so I'm cool with that. Since I have this, let's go ahead and use it. Okay, let's play a land. No, I think at this point in time, Golos is better. It's 2, 4, 5. But he has mana available here, so I'm expecting a mana leak. Either ways, I would just have 1 mana left, so I think using the Gateway here. That way I can follow up with a Expedition map if he counters is the better play. He did not counter that. I'm kind of amazed by that. I'm down to 20 minutes, he's at 21 minutes. So I'm not doing bad on time here, which is great. Okay, what did he put back in his hand this time? Cryptic command, so bouncing it back to my hand again. Okay, power plant is what I drew into, so I got Tron. Alright, Tron is on board now. I'm thinking, let's see, that's 7 mana, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana available. I don't know, my opponent's doing probably taking turns or something. Doubling season. I have 11 mana, so I can play both doubling season and goals. I think just ultimately casting multiple spells is what's gonna do it here. Also, I can cast Bolas Spirit Dragon. I mean, I said Bolas Spirit Dragon. Nicol Bolas Dragon God, which is an Elder Dragon turn Planeswalker. So I got hit with the Force here. That's fine. I don't want to give my opponent too many spells to counter. They keep bouncing this back to my hand. I'm gonna say here, casting Dragon God is the better play. Because it just stops him from having so many cards in hand for one. Because I could draw and then make him discard. And then I can also kill his shark if I really wanted to. But I don't want to kill his shark, I just want cards out of his hand at this point. So let's see. A Plains is what he had in hand. Unfortunate, but I'll take it. So next turn I'm still looking good as far as Ugin, Spirit Dragon, and Golos. You can choose whichever one I want to play first. I'm probably going to do... I know I'm not going to cast Ugin, that's for sure. Let's draw, make him discard again. Okay, my friend, what are you going to do? Oh, they actually exile it, not discard it. What are you going to discard, my guy? Discard something good. Land. Okay, so 2 cards in hand for the opponent. Okay, let's see. If I do Threat Imperial Gateway first, that's kind of my big counter spell. And if he doesn't take it, then I can put whatever else I want him to play for free, basically. Okay, he's probably going to counterbalance here. Let's see, I'm going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana left over. Probably gonna counter draw instead of counterbalance, honestly. Yeah, counter draw. Okay, let's go get my Mankind Great Creator out of here. Will I gain some life? No Force of Negation. Shouldn't have any anyways. Let's go. Now I get a Walking Ballista and put it out for 1. Yes, I'm gonna go get something. I don't think I played a land this turn yet. Let's see. No land, no land, no land. Okay, I have not played a land yet, which means I can go fetch and go get a tower. When I get that tower, I'll use all 4 mana on Walking Ballista so it comes in for 2. And I could block the Simian Spirit God. Oh, Simian Spirit God. I can block the Snapcaster Mage there. And then after blocking the Snapcaster Mage, I can just go ahead and snipe the Flying Shark. My opponent's saying WTF and just laughing on the other side. Teferi comes out. He's probably going to try to bounce. Yep. Save targets. Shark is gone. Alright, so we won one game against the opponent playing the control deck here. Since we know we're playing against control though. A Torrent Temporal Gateway is a must. I feel like I keep putting Wish Cloud Talismans in the game every time. Let's put this in there as well. I did not see any Urapals, thank goodness. So Grafdigger's Cage is null and void. Torpor is seemingly useless. Sorcery Spyglass can shut things off along with Liquid Metal Coating. Snaring Bridge, I don't think it'll have any use. Sphere, I'm not sure it'll have any use. Golos being an indefinite win. Playing our bridge, getting around counter spells once more. I'm blind by the light. Okay, so dumping combo pieces here. Doubling Seasons are out of here. Okay, Jace is out. Tamio is out. Slamwith is out. Should we keep small Jason? I'll still be able to fetch and combo off with Cutting Castaway and Bolus. Also, Bolus combos with Karn anyway, so that's good. Okay. Do we want to change anything else? Took a lot of combo pieces out. I have a Sundering Titan here. He was only playing 2 land types for the most part. Angel would do no good because he could bounce it. Arbiter is no good because he can just bounce it. Same for Bridge. Okay, so when I use Karn, what I'm going to be getting is Liquid Metal Coating and Sorcery Spyglass mainly. Everything else in my deck, I gotta wish for it. But wish should never hurt nobody. Oh, and Tio's actually pretty nice. He's playing Blue-White Control in 2021. No, just because he enjoys playing it. So another man out here revolutionizing the game. And these hands have been obviously revolutionarily bad. The Wish Cloud though, I like seeing it. Like, I don't mind it. If I'm mulligan and I don't need it. Oh my goodness, look at this hand. Okay, this is a keep. 3 cards to the bottom. Okay, 3 cards. That, and that. Current Creator is just... he kind of does everything, so I like keeping him over other Planeswalkers. Nice, I got an Expedition map. This means that if I had kept Karn, I would be able to use them on turn 3, but I'm okay with not having it. Because I also don't know what my opponent's gonna do now that they know I'm playing Tron. Because back in the day, I think these decks used to be pretty decently matched up. Please don't use Tails End here. Let me cancel this. No, wait till the... I'm gonna wait till his upkeep step. Because if he has Tails End, I don't want him using it and countering the ability from Expedition map. Snapcaster Mage coming in. Okay, I'm okay with that. Let's see, I got a Mine Tower. I just need a power plant now. Alright, opponent, go ahead and play your turn. Rule out. Ah, Field of Ruin. But I'm okay with that as well. Dang, it's not good I drew one of my basic lands. Destroy the one that I... He's actually a good player. I say he's a good player because, you know, good players don't destroy towers. I'm just gonna keep the 7 Sprang in hand. The look on his face though when I play a mine. Vermilion click. He's probably gonna choose my bridge here. Or he's gonna choose Karn. I think most likely Karn is gonna be the choice. I hope it's Karn anyways. If he chooses Karn, that means I can go fetch things from my deck. So let's chuck that in over here and hopefully he chooses Karn. I'm not gonna put money on it though, because they're both good choices. I chose the bridge. Well, there goes my wish of cheating Emrakul into play. Alright, so we have like no good cards to go get with Karn here. We have to get something. So I think I can destroy 2 of his lands, but that might not do enough. I think Silent Arbiter. Also could get Ensnaring Bridge. Or I can get Sorceress Spyglass. Either way, I only have 1 turn to use Karn, so whatever I get here is gonna matter. If I get Ensnaring Bridge next turn, I could potentially stop his click from attacking. I'm at 13 minutes, he has 17, I'm down by 4. If I play this and then he exiles it, I don't go up on lands because I don't have any more basics in my library. I think I'm just gonna have to go with Ensnaring Bridge here. I could make him go to 3 lands by stopping this from working though. But that's only gonna work for part of his turn because he's gonna kill Karn. I'll just go bridge. No, he's not dealing a lot of damage, but I think it's my best choice. Okay, scrying for 1. I think now he might be looking for one of his planeswalkers so he can bounce this back to my hand. in the later part of the game. Karn is dead, I'm taking 2 damage, no surprise. Okay, let's dump cards out of my hand now. Obviously, I don't want to draw. I want to... Yeah, I'm going to draw. Nope, I'm going to save it for Wish Claw in case I do get it. Alright, let's hit him with that thing I like to call the fail search. Let's go look for a land, and it looks like we missed the trigger. Alright, opponent, let's see what you got. Let's see if he has some way of stopping this. No cryptic command. Cryptic? You can cryptic bounce and then swing. Shark Typhoon for 1. Hey, opponent here is getting under my bridge like a pro. Cryptic for 1 is just next level. Can't say I've seen it very often, if at all. Opponent swinging for 1 damage like a professional right here. Down to 13. Okay. Since I didn't draw anything good and I have land in my hand already, I don't want to fetch anything else and I just want to dump my hand. I do know my opponent can bounce the bridge at some point in time, but when it happens, it happens. I think my deck is a lot more explosive than his is, in terms of I could draw into an Emrakul, pretty much end the game. Shark Typhoon for 3. He's definitely looking for a Planeswalker here. That'd be 3, 4, 7, 9 damage he can deal as soon as he gets rid of this. Narset, only draw 1 card per turn. Narset is going to be a problem. The good thing is if I don't draw into land next turn, I can go get Blast Zone. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, okay. Teferi's 5 mana cost. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll be able to pump it up to 4. Alright, let's do this for black. Let's try to put this out there and see if he counters it. Probably will. He has to. If he doesn't, then I can go get Emrakul. Let's see, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I would need 1 mana still. Teferi, I think he bounces non-land permanents. Target non-land permanents. Ceremonious Rejection is one of the few cards that he could have in hand at this point. Iron Expedition map. I think he took my planar bridge earlier. Yeah. Reveal cards, planar bridge. What happened to my bridge? It should be in my graveyard. I don't know. My bridge is gone. Let's see. What can I go get in my deck? I don't know what I want yet. So I'm just gonna play out this turn and then see what I want next turn on his turn. I'm gonna play for Emrakul, and I need to get the tower. Let's see, I got 9 minutes on the clock. That's 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, I guess I'm already looking at my deck at this point. Its cards are no good. I only have one Planeswalker I can ultimate with. If I go get a Karn Grid Creator, I can play it and name Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, so that will prevent him from being able to attack altogether. So if I can stop him from attacking altogether, I think that's the best option. So yeah, the Wishclaw strategy is the best one at this point that I can think of. Hopefully he doesn't play a counterspell here in the library. Okay, I'm not sure why it's all the way over there. Okay, if I go get Karn Great Creator here. Come on, let it resolve. Nice, that means that Wishclaw is offline for him. Let's go search my sideboard for something. Yes. Let's go get a Sorceria Spyglass here. Let's go ahead and play it. Okay, I named something in my opponent's hand. He has a Path to Exile, he has no counter spell. So Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, best choice. Okay, let's play my land. I know he has no counter spells in hand. Next turn I'm free to do whatever I want pretty much. I'm at 7 minutes, he's at 15. So obviously here my deck is the more complicated one. He's probably going to use Opt or Shark Typhoon. I think Shark would have actually been better. Downside though is he has Narset there to dig through his cards pretty good. Very Time Raveler, so he can still bounce this back to my hand. And then after bouncing, he can use the Wishclaw Talisman. It's not good. Yep. So Karn is dead. Then he still has mana open for counter spells if he wants to. I already have both basics played. Ouch. So slowly my opponent's getting around me here. He has 4 mana on tap, so enough mana for Cryptic. He's wishing for something here. He can wish. Oh, he chose not to do it. I guess he thought about it, huh? Come on, man. You know you want to wish. You know you want to wish. The temptation is there. Ah, he didn't wish. Come on, blow up my land and then wish. Feel of ruin on my tower. Mine is what I killed earlier. Okay, I guess it makes sense why he killed this one this time. Okay. Now he knows I only have 2 basics. Come on. Oh, I guess if... I have Jace Cunning Castaway stuck in my hand at this point. He only has 2 mana untapped. Let's go ahead. He can go wish for another Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. I mean Teferi, Time Raveler. Bounce things back to my hand and win the game next turn. Either ways, he could swing for 1 damage this turn. Come on, brother. You know you want to wish. Yeah, he got another Teferi. Mm, mm. My opponent's pretty good though. Alright, sideboarding. I'm not gonna really change anything here. I think just running one Jace is just counterproductive. I'll get Jason doubling season out of here. Dragon God still has utility with Karn and all the other planeswalkers. Silent Arbiter and Sundering Titan in here to destroy lands. And run it back. So, Liquid Metal Coating, Platinum Angel, Snaring Bridge, maybe Trinosphere, Sorcery, Spyglass are the only cards I'll have in my sideboard. I have Relic in the main board as well. I think Dara absolutely made the best play with Wishclaw though. Because he would have got the Teferi Time Raveler, regardless of whatever I did. Or as people like to call him, the 3 Fairy. Okay, let's go. Yes, I would like to play first. Okay, this game is gonna be a lot faster. Just because I'm looking pretty low on time here. Expedition map, let's keep. Nicol Bolas goes to the bottom. I can't cast him for like 3 turns anyways. Alright, opponent. Alright, let's go. Force. Okay. Force. Not what I like to see on turn 1. But it is a card. And then after Force, we're going into Natural Tron. Love to see it. And then Sylvan Sprang. If I get Emrakul, I will never be able to use it. So let's just get a Forest. Next turn, using Kind Great Creator, shutting off his land seems like the absolute best play. Unless I draw the Kind Liberated, which I did not. Now I can just go fetch up lands like crazy. Okay, what I have to get at this point is Liquid Metal Coating. Trinosphere, Platinum Angel is useless. Especially since he has Sharks. I guess I could go get a bridge again, but the bridge only slows me down for the inevitable. I should have done this one. Ouch. That's a misplay on my part. Feel everyone. He's gonna go get a basic land. If I make him not able to use his basic, he has to use Force of Negation. Okay, so he's definitely coming out swinging here. Chose my Urza Tower. Good thing I have Wish Cloud Talismans and I don't need my towers. There's nothing in my sideboard that I can go get that'll help in this match right now. Correction. If I get a Trinisphere after I snipe his land, that'll set him back to where... So all my towers are gone. Let's get rid of his land that has multiple uses here. Then let's also keep going up on lands. I'm going to be at 4 this turn. Let's go get Cascading Cataracts. Let's play this. Let's go get a Blast Zone here. I'm at 4 minutes. As long as I keep my opponents off lands, then I should pretty much end up being able to win this game. Downside is I have 4 minutes on the clock, so I don't have a lot of time to think through my plays here. Just skipping through that phase, that way he doesn't have the mana untapped. Probably doing Shark Typhoon for 1. What's this for black? The Thran Temporal Gateway is what I'm gonna need now to cheat Ugin into play. Start sniping him for damage. Wow, almost end up skipping through my turn there. My opponent's also playing fast. Kinda probably hoping I mess up here. Three minutes is what I have on the clock right now. After he runs out of lands, then I'll come through and try to... It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see if I end up drawing another land here. I do. Next turn I can Ugin. And snipe a shark. I'm gonna change phases here, that way he loses his mana. He's probably gonna end up. It's just exiles the lands faster. If he counters this, it's no problem. I still have Ugin in my hand. I might have not used. Phases here and lose the mana again. Voice search where I get nothing. I'm just gonna start straight sniping him and destroying lands. And play. Get this out there, I can start sniping him for 3 damage times 2. Come on, force of negation. Alright, I got 1 minute on the clock. Snipe him still. Alright, let's go. Oh man, it's a pretty close game, man. I got 1 minute on the clock. He has 7 minutes. He's pretty much just dragging it out at this point because he realized that there's really not much he could do to come back here. Only has 1 card in hand as well. Okay, got 1 minute. Is this a counter spell? Probably gonna use it. Oh, he didn't decide to use it. So he has no lands left. I think he's just wasting time here at this point. Dang. Okay, tap land. Gonna attack me. Oh, shoot, man. That was a game right there. Oh, man. Oof. Dang. Oh, man. That was the game. Oh, shoot. Oh, no wonder everybody started coming in here as the last one still playing. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Hopefully y'all's games were not as close. I've been destroying his lands for turns on end though, and he just kept playing lands. Yo, what's up, Mike? Oh, they had one life they could. Hey, you could have fetched and ended the game that way. No way like going out with the fetch. For some spice, maybe. Ah, that was a game. Thanks, man. Hey, that last game, oof, I had to look forever to try to find a way to get out. And then I was afraid of using Wish Cloud Talisman because I was afraid you'd get the break you needed and just run away with the game. Hmm. Hey man, being low on the clock I think intensifies it by like 1,000%. Yeah, it's a pretty cool synergy because you get to use the Wish Cloud, give it away, and that way they can't use it. It's pretty nice. Unless they bounce Karn back to your hand to kill it. And then you're not in such a good position all of a sudden. Oh yeah, by the way, that was Mike Devo's recommendation to add the Wish Clouds to the deck. I was thinking of using Fae of Wishes and try to do something crazy with that. And Mike suggested the Wish Claws, and after he did, I started testing it. And so far, I'm pretty happy with how it's going. Yeah, man, Natural Tron definitely got you in that game. Hopefully, it gets this opponent as well. Hopefully, but we'll see. Oh, they're not playing counter spells. Red, white. Oh, is this a burn deck? It is a burn deck. Ouch. Okay. Well, we know we gotta get the Tron on turn 3 and hopefully cast Karn Great Creator and play Trinisphere. Or just hope that Exiling Lands does it. But I have 3 Karns, so if it's the Exiling Lands route, it should be pretty good. Dang, look at that Natural Tron. Oh no, good thing I didn't play that. That would have been unfortunate. The good thing though is my opponent has played no other creatures so far this game. I'm just kind of hoping they're not playing land destruction as well. If they're not playing land destruction, then I'm doing pretty good. Okay, 4 cards left in hand. I think going against someone who's playing burn though, getting rid of lands is not what does it. I have to just attack his hand. Because if I can get burn spells out of his hands, then I'm in a pretty good position. Ish. Hmm. He has 2 cards in hand. Well, I can stop guaranteed 2 damage. Stopping guaranteed 2 damage. I already know I'm gonna have to exile this creature regardless. So I'll just go with the creature. Just because I have cantrips in hand, I think finding a Kind Grey Creator and using Trinisphere is just gonna be the best option. Without a spike. Let's see if I'm dead. Yeah, that's game. Not much I could do against that. Thing though, knowing it's burn. Yeah, it's definitely in favor of burn, but we'll see what happens. I know pretty much all my combo goes out here just because it's too slow. Let's get this fourth Wish Claw in there. And then let's get a whole bunch of bodies. Two more cards. I guess I could do the Relic just for the card draw effect. And the Threatened Temporal Gateway, just because I could cheat things in a play. This is such a hard matchup though. The Trinisphere. Let's see, if I use the Trinisphere and put it in the main deck, I could fetch it on turn 2, and then turn 3 I can play it. Or no, I can fetch it on turn 2. No, I fetched on turn 3, played on turn 4. So Trinisphere is going to be played faster if I just leave it on the sideboard and hope that I get Karn. Well, I think this is what it is. Yes, I would like to play first. Only one piece of Tron is not going to do it here. Okay, all the pieces of Tron. I think this hand might be a keeper. And then I'll get rid of the extra land. I don't know if my opponent's playing land destruction. I think Ugin is too slow for this matchup. Opponent mulligan down to 6 cards. Okay, a power plant. Well, let's hope that I live to turn 4 to be able to use Ugin. If not... Alright, opponent mulligan to 5 cards. I think for every card that burn goes down, it just raises your chances of winning exponentially. Just because they rely so much on their spells. Let's see, this opponent could also be playing Blood Moon, Goblin Guide. So I guess I just didn't see the creatures the first game. Oath of Nissa on top, that's a pretty good draw. Karn Liberated off the top there as well. Okay, let's get a Cascading Cataract so we can play it and then use it with Golos. Actually, maybe I should have gotten the Blast Zone. Oh well, I missed that. Maybe I'm playing a little bit too fast here. Yeah, Blast Zone, yeah. I did not think that went through at all. I was just thinking about the fact that I can get to Ugin on turn number 4. And then also still be able to play the Titleist Tracker here. Opponent has 3 cards left in hand. I think a blocker here is actually best. But even if I did get the Blast Zone, I wouldn't be able to use it this turn. I'll be able to use it next turn. So if I play Golos here, I can go get the Blast Zone and then have it for next turn. and be able to get rid of 4 damage, or constant damage. So I think it's still a win. Yeah. Goals, get Blast Zone, yeah. Yeah, I think Goals and get Blast Zone is just the best option. Yes, I want to use his ability. And this also puts Blast Zone into play, so you still play a land next turn. Okay, so we got white. Interplanar Beacon. Rolling Vortex. I'm just playing Ogre next turn then. Let's get Interplanar Beacon out here just to gain some life. I can't gain life this turn, okay. See, that's 2. And then I'm gonna decide not to swing here just to be on the safe side. Or maybe I should. Nah, I'm not gonna swing. His creatures have haste and I'm at 8 life. Man, Crypt, I feel like I'm ignoring you in the chat. Usually I'm here reading all your messages first. I think I'm still recovering from the intensity of how close last game was on the clock. But yeah, holding back Kolos definitely was the play there. Okay, let's see. I think just dealing damage here. You can play Cascading Cataracts. Alright, let's go. Do we play the lottery here or do we just go Karn? It's our Exiling lands. I know he needs white mana for at least one of his spells. I think play Oath. Yeah. Oath makes use of all the mana. Doesn't lose anything. Oath is definitely not going to hit any of the combo pieces though for the most part. It's just going to hit Planeswalkers. But they are still a win. Okay, just the land here. Not good. Alright, so even if we did play the lottery, we would still end up with the same result, except we'd be able to cast, what? 2 spheres, or a star and a sphere. Nice. Okay, so we got 1 game here. Okay, well, if we had activated Golos though, we would have been able to cast a star and a sphere, which would have then let us draw 2 more cards. Now I'm wondering. I don't feel like anything should change there. The game went pretty smooth. We got Tron on turn 3 and then did Tron things. Guess I should update this thing. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just run it back. See how we do. Alright, before getting back in this tournament though, played against an opponent who was playing a burn deck. I think it was blue, red, Rouse burn or whatever. It was pretty good. Definitely caught my L's there, I guess enough to have an idea of what I'm doing here. Keep this hand. An opponent began the game with 6 cards in hand, Swift Spear coming down turn 1. I'm gonna have to try to see if, I guess there's really no trying, because it comes naturally on top anyways. Definitely not planned. Hey, but I love to see it, you know? Tron doing Tron things. Karen showing up exactly when he needs to. Smash this. Oh. It's not good. Alright, back to the drawing board. Blast Zone. Okay, that's good for 2 turns from now, when I might be dead. Alright, so now the only thing that I could do is draw into a tower. And then win. Let's see how my odds are. We do not play Wormcoil Engine. Wormcoil is too slow, man. Even a Wormcoil on turn 3, for me, I still end up struggling. But that's just because the matchup favors Burn so heavily. So I figured I would rather focus on areas where I'm decent than focus on trying to just win against Burn, because even Burn against Burn is a tough matchup. The issue for me though is against Prowess Burn, their creatures are flying, the Stormwing entity. And because the Stormwing entity and the Sprite Dragons are flying, Wormcoil doesn't stop any of those. And I don't play enough other creatures to be able to stop flying creatures. So I decided to just focus more on what my deck can do versus things I would like it to do. Alright, so let's see here. I think playing Silent Arbiter, that way only one creature can attack me next turn. That'll put me at 3 life, so I'm dead to a burn spell, but I'm not dead to attack. I think that's the best option, because if I go get Tron, I'm dead next turn no matter what. So yeah. Hey man. In real life, I have 4 copies of Wormcoil Engine for a reason. I guess now I opened up my opponent playing Smash the Smithereens again. And this is the second artifact I played. But hey, if he hits it, he hits it. The best play there that could have happened that turn was to draw into a tower and then be able to use Trinisphere. That way we counter that Rift Bolt basically. 3 damage. Yeah. It didn't matter if I popped his creatures. The reason why I didn't decide to pop his creatures is I have Silent Arbiter, so only one creature can attack. It's a 1/5. The games be like that sometimes. It's Burn. Hey, that's one of the quickest games I've played so far though. Hey, opponent's doing pretty good for using Burn. See my man, where's Shadows at? Oh, Shadows is here. Probably gonna be, let's see, what's his match rating right now? Okay, 1 in favor of the opponent. We'll see. Yeah, I'm surprised no Uro showed up, honestly. I'm sure somebody in this league is playing Uro, but it seems like it's not taking over the format anymore, or at least this specific tournament. I think probably the reason why is because they have the new set releasing so soon, so everyone is basically brewing something that they want to see show up. It's like 40-50% of the top eights. Oh man, that's funny. Let's see. So if I win the next match, I pretty much end up what, breaking even. So I go play a casual game while I'm just here waiting. See, message me on Discord. Stop. General chat. A lot of people been in here talking. Alright, I'm just gonna go start a game. I think putting 4 Wish Claws in the main deck is not a bad idea though. I just don't know what I would take out. Because every time I've used the Wish Claw, it's been coming in clutch. And then my opponent also has it coming in clutch afterwards. Definitely getting some bad hands here. And this is really not a terrible hand to keep. If you're just trying for luck, because you could potentially use a sphere, draw into another piece of Tron, use scrying afterwards. I'm not gonna risk all that though. Alright, let's keep this hand. No, I can't use that anytime sooner than that. I think I'll just have to go for small Karn. Big Karn's out. I don't even know what my opponent's playing yet. Red. Okay, is this okay. A Legion Loyalist. I guess Goblins is something new. Ish. At least for this turn. No, I have to save that. Because I started playing the Wish Lot Talismans and the Sylvan Scrines. It just pays off a whole lot more just to save these and keep them out. Probably gonna end up seeing Kiki Jiki show up here. Yes, I'll just play a land and keep that open still. I guess I could do it in... I can't play any cards, any more lands this turn anyway, so it doesn't matter if I use it that turn or next turn. But then again, we'll see if I draw into a Wish Claw. Haste. Oh, Dragon God. That's 2, 4, 6, 8 damage on board. Let's play that. I don't think they play normally a lot of creature removal because they just draw trample over things. So I'm hoping that's the case here. And I'll just go get a Silent Arbiter, that way only one creature can attack next turn. Then I can block it. This is playing Smash to Smithereens. Or he has some burn spells in hand, just chilling. Yep, this game. Let's see how much damage it was. Okay, what? She forwards -7. I don't even know where that was coming from again. Okay, knowing what my opponent's playing here. I think I'm just gonna play with the deck as is again. Because after all, in the league matches, my deck starts out as is, so just trying to get a real feel of what I need to change going forward. Okay, this hand I will definitely keep. I have Tron on turn 3 for sure. And I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with Oath or Wish Claw. Potentially, so I have to wish up exactly what I need on turn number 3. It's probably gonna be Kind Great Creator, and then I'll have 1 mana floating probably. Quest for the Goblin Lord. Okay, seeing some new things right here. You control, I'll put a quest counter as long as it has 5 or more. You control get +2, +0. I've never seen that before. Let's see, Tower Power Plant, let's get a mine. I guess next turn I could just play card and do regular Tron things. Boundary Street Dynasty. If he plays nothing else, that means okay. I was about to say that would mean that he has no more 1-cost cards in hand. I think exiling this is just the best option. Wish Claws, and I could just go win the Spirit Dragon. I think that's the best option here. Just because he's not going to kill me next turn on turn 3 with goblins. And if he does, it'll be something new to me that I've never seen before. So, I'm going to risk it. I think the most important thing though is to not use Wish Cloud Talisman on my turn. I just realized I don't have any other mana sources. That's fine. I'll figure something out on his turn. Let's see what's on the sideboard here. I changed to nothing. Goblin Pile Driver. Okay, so his Pile Driver is what? It's gonna be his main creature that deals damage. So I have to try to risk and see if I draw into land next turn. That way I can cast Ugin. If no Ugin, then I could just go Karn, exile his Goblin Pile Driver, and go from there. Oh, this can only be used during your turn. Okay, unfortunate. Well, I just learned something about Fish Cloud Talisman. If I had read the card, I would have known that before now, but sadly I didn't. So if I draw into a Tron land next turn, Fish Cloud Talisman is definitely out for putting me in the win position in this game. See how much time is left. Oh man, there's a lot of time left. Battle Cry. This looks so cool. It's this image. Battle Cry. Another Legion Loyalist. Dang, Bonder Seat Dennison over here gets huge. Oh yeah, I forgot that this is out. So that's 3, 6, 11 damage. Wow. So if I don't draw into a land here, I'm dead. Doubling Season does not do it. Life. What could I do here? See, 9 life. I have to get rid of this if I want to survive. Have no mana sources in hand. I think I'm just dead. Okay, alright. There is nothing that I could do to come back from this game. I should have used Wish Cloud Talisman 2 turns ago, but I did not, just because I thought it could be used on my opponent's turn, which is something I did not know before, and now I do. So, Wish Claw is the only thing here that can do something. If I had sideboarded like an actual real game, then I would have a lot of options, but I chose not to. It's 9 damage, so that's 3, 6, 10. 3, 6, 9. So I'm dead regardless. The best option I can do is just get a lot of 1-cost cards out there. 1, 2, 3 1-cost cards. Okay, look, we found an out. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's an out. We blow up all the creatures. Actually, let's wait till their turn. But yeah, we blow up all the creatures and then we live one more turn. I have Ballista on the sideboard, so Ballista wouldn't do it. The only thing I could think of, if I had used Ballista, I would have had to play Karn, then use Ballista. And I wouldn't Goblin Chieftain. Foundry Street Denizen here, man. Just sneaks up on you if you're not paying attention to it. Let's see if he plays any other creatures. Okay, bidding combat. Think I might be able to live one more turn here. If I do live for one more turn, I hope he uses the Wish Claw. That way I can get something. Ballista for 1 wouldn't do it though. Oh, he forgot to attack? I'm confused. I don't get it. That'd be 5 damage, I'd be at 4 life. My opponent, I asked him if he missed the attack, he said maybe and started laughing, so yeah, for sure he missed the attack. Alright, kind great creator. The downside here is, I guess Wishclaw Talisman is off for him, so he can't use it. So there goes my hopes of getting it back. I guess what's the name? Walking Ballista for 1 is the only thing that I could do at this point. Because everything else is just utility. No, he missed his attack. He started laughing about it when I asked. Let's see, ability. Yeah. Okay, only thing I can get here that makes sense is Walking Ballista. Or Platinum Angel. I didn't see any creature removal on his end. If I get Platinum Angel, damage doesn't kill me anymore, so he needs to find another way to win. Ballista just stops the inevitable by 1 turn. Oh no. 2 turns maybe? Oh, please hurry up, it's time to eat. I'll just go with the Angel. So I would be at 4 life. If I was at 4 life, I would be dead this turn. Or I would, if I was at 4 life, I would just go ahead and play. I completely forgot that they had the Wishclaw Talisman. I don't know why I didn't just wish for another Goblin Chieftain and then win the game. He quit. He had to leave. Okay, alright. He had to leave. He had to go eat. 35 minutes. I forgot about Karn, great creator, man. I'm gonna have to drill that one into my head just so I could remember that it's a thing. So 3 matches still ongoing. Yo, by the way, Mike. For some reason, when I go to my settings and try to find out like my league matches, it doesn't save it for some reason. Like I know before, it would have like a little plus, never mind. Scheduled. Never mind, I stand corrected. I guess on my hard drive it just didn't have any space, so it didn't save them, but since I changed my storage to a couple terabytes that I have on SSD, it finally started saving them in there. Okay, I think it was just I just didn't have enough space on my computer. Let's see what Palpatine's Fist is in here playing. Mulligan down to 4 cards though. He's a guy I play against when I'm practicing sometimes. I have no clue what he's playing right now though. I think this is the most I've ever seen a mulligan. Maybe he's trying the Tron route. I think he usually plays Death and Taxes. Oh wow. Alright, yeah, this match is not going anywhere. He mulliganed all the way down to 1 card. Because he didn't have any keepable hands. Oh my gosh, and he doesn't play a land. Yeah, that match is not going anywhere. Anybody else that I know? This point, I think I don't want to start another game because this is going to be over anytime now. Guess I'll queue up some chess, play a 5-minute game. Hmm. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. I'm not surprised or upset. The main thing he's trying to do is to just come here and take that. Then he wants to set this up right here. Very good. Here and get checkmate. I guess he's gonna offer a trade maybe. He's probably not gonna take with that. Just because he wants me to move. Okay, he decided to. I'm up for that trade. Now I have right here protected with both, just like he does with. Okay, he chose the castle. Then the next turn go right here. Potentially be able to take that right there. Okay. What he chose to do. Now I have to retreat. The next turn maybe move that there. Okay, I'm not gonna offer up any free trades and see what happens. Hmm. 2 minutes and 53 left, so he's up on time already. Let's go this route. That's probably what he should have done there. Oh, I guess it's protected by here. Okay, let's see. Keep the trade. Now if he goes there, I can do this. Okay, there it goes. Can't move that because still trying to checkmate on the same side no matter what. Let's use protection here, so that's good. There you go, point your move. Once I get this knight to move, then I'll be in a pretty good position, I think. Okay, that's where I decided to move to. Okay, let's stop this here. Stop that there. Prevents this from being taken. He can take this now with the knight. I'm not gonna fall for it. If he moves this though, it's a pretty good move. I move my queen, he takes this for free. Feel like I'm throwing the game. Oh shoot, completely ignoring the chat. Okay, I figured he was gonna do that. I'm low on time here, so I have to be making some quick moves. Okay, now he's gonna try. Okay, he goes back up there again. Here, I'm just gonna put pressure on him and try to get him to get to the knight corner. Hmm. Okay, that's where he chose to move to. Let's go there. Now he has to move his knight, his king that way. And when he does, then I can go ahead and just take and put it back in check. But let's back that up. I have 13 seconds left to try to win the game. If I don't move my knight, I'm in a pretty good position to be able to win the game. I think it's checkmate in 2 moves regardless though. No, it's not checkmate in 2 moves anymore. Opponent's just stalling for time here, unfortunately. 2 seconds left. He's gonna win on time. Yeah, I lost on time, but I have a match to get to. So if that was a longer game, though, I'm pretty sure I could have gave him a run for his money. One match going on. Oh, gals, man. What's up? Let's see. And yeah, I play chess. I'm not the best at chess, but like Magic the Gathering in the deck that I play. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by and showing your support. But yeah, with chess, I got taught it, and I knew absolutely nothing about it. And needless to say, just like with my deck, I learned how to lose so much to where I started getting good at it. Now I'm pretty confident in my skills. Alright, I'll take a break. I'll be right back in like less than a minute. I guess this is like the 3rd round to go in overtime because people are still playing. I'm assuming someone is playing like a prison deck or something. Yo, what's up, Affinity? It's going pretty good, man. It's going pretty good. Playing some games and having some fun here. So far, I think my record's 2-2. So, I'm about even. There's been some pretty good games that I've played so far, though, so it's been pretty cool. How's your day going so far? Let's see, broadcaster, please use. I guess I gotta buy the last round. Well, a buy is a win, or was that just the last round? Let's see. Or was it just 4 games? 2 and 2. Event is completed. Yeah, it was just 4 games, I guess. Alright, so 2 and 2. That's pretty decent, I think. I don't know if my Nightbot is tripping there. So, Affinity, what I changed with my deck today is I decided to add in Wishclaw Talisman. I put 3 Wishclaw Talismans in the deck, and the main use for them is to just go ahead and to get Tron online by turn 4. So ideally it's pretty much another Sylvan Scrying. The only downside is your opponent can also use it. Since the mock's ban. Okay, yeah. I think I whispered you back on Twitch. If I didn't, I thought I did. Are you gonna be getting on stream later? Or sometime soon? If so, I could just send my raid over to you. You know, it's always nice to see someone out there trying to revolutionize playing Magic. I think for me, I'm gonna hop off stream here pretty soon because there's nothing new that I can do with this deck right now. I need playtesting. Like Mindslaver. That is something I would like to put into my deck, but what's the name of the artifact? Academy Runes. It requires blue mana, but now since I have the Wishclaw Talisman, I can go wish for it. But it's just the potential of something else to add. Oh, okay. That's why I dropped him a follow. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was wondering why I wasn't already following him. Alright, man, well, thanks for stopping in on the stream. Sad to say you came in at the tail end of it. What did I even place in that Prelim? 24th. So, 2 wins. Yeah, still bottom tier. Hopefully I'll move up in the future with this deck. Maybe adding 4 Wishclaw Talismans would do it. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off stream now because I don't feel like I should start another league right now. Because I still need to do a lot of playtesting. Same to you, man. I'll whisper you if I make any other changes to the deck, but let's see. Type in. You want to look at that and just check out the changes I made. Feel free. And you can send me a message on Twitch. Just let me know your feedback on it. Or check out the Discord. Courtesy of Mike Devo and the Devo Nation in here. Bunch of excellent Tron players. They've been offering me some advice as far as what things to change and stuff. So, yeah, if you want to come join the Mike Devo Discord, get some feedbacks on, you know, artifacts, especially since I think most of us play Conjuring Creator. By all means, just come check the Discord out. and we'll be happy to have you. But, alright peeps, thanks for stopping in, showing your support. I think this is going to be the stream for right now. I will catch you all later if I'm feeling up to another stream again. Let's see who's online. I know Basic Land Shark was streaming, aka Chuck. Active Fitness Gamer. Later, Mike. Let's see what team tactics. Yo, Mike, do you have anybody in mind who you think I should raid? Like, there are no not real streamers, but there's no well-known people who I watch all the time on right now. Yeah. Gilo MTG. I see if Gilo MTG is streaming. I know he stopped in and dropped me a follow earlier. Nope. Alright, anybody else have any suggestions? Okay, and just active playing leagues. Gotcha. Alright, I'm going to raid Active Fitness Gamer then. He's a pretty cool guy. He's just playing... What is the name of the game? Team Tactics right now. I typically just hang out in this stream if I'm just bored and really have nothing else to do. But he does something different more than most people, so... Want to take a break from Magic? You can stick around and just watch some team fight tactics. That's what I'm gonna do. If not, you guys are... I want to say released. I'm so used to being in the military, getting told you're released for the day. Okay, alright, well, I'm gonna go over here and raid this channel. Alright peeps, I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for stopping in and showing support once more.